We'll take our seats or return to whatever table you have come from. That would be excellent, because we'll be now commencing the speeches. I'll just wait. First of all, I'd like to thank Josh and Emma for giving me the opportunity to MC this special day for them. Yeah?
Yeah, the boys!
I mean, to be up here on my big brother's special day is such an amazing gift for him to give to me for a second time. My brother, my charming, dashing, coke-loving, extra salt-loving, filming every moment of his life, big brother. Josh, I've known you for a long time, an entire childhood spent together. It's been 25 years, 261 days, 19 hours, and what's the time? 10 minutes. That's like watching Game of Thrones Season 6, arguably the best season, 27,304.5758 times. It's like watching WrestleMania 19, where Brock Lesnar did the infamous shooting star press 75,088 times. It's like listening to Eiffel 65's I'm Blue 3,975,246.06 times. Or it's like listening to Emma tell a story 3 times. But after knowing you for this long, there's one thing I can say with utter certainty. You are one big nerd. Growing up with Josh as a big brother was fantastic. From our childhood spent in Weymouth, then moving to Gravelly Beach, then to Paper Beach, then back to Gravelly Beach, then to Launceston, and then back to Gravelly Beach. What a wacky journey we've had. A common ground Josh and I have always enjoyed as children and followed on to adulthood was our enjoyment of video games. Sorry, enjoyment doesn't really seem like an appropriate word. That seems like a bit of an understatement on Josh's behalf. His absolute heated passionate love affair with video games. From his first love with Sega, and all the way through to his long-term relationship with PlayStation. Growing up, we would always have the most heated battles against one another, whether it was GoldenEye, Mario Kart, Tekken, or Sandy's least favourite, WWE wrestling. The wrestling phase went on for some time and transformed into a healthy obsession of muscular men essentially beating the snot out of each other. I mean, what could go wrong with 2 young, impressionable boys idolising such violence? Is something I thought before Josh forcibly lifted me up by my neck and threw me off a log and smashed me into the ground. I mean, what could go wrong with 2 young boys idolising such violence is something I thought until Josh lifted me up, turned me upside down and smashed my face into the ground. And then somehow manipulated me into thinking that we shouldn't tell Mum because then we won't be able to watch wrestling. And I believed him. I'm lucky I survived my childhood with him. But I started to worry about my big brother. I mean, how could a man so nerdy managed to find love in a world that ostracizes the nerd? I thought if there was a woman out there for him, she must be thousands of miles away. In another country, perhaps. I thought he'd never break up with PlayStation. So imagine my surprise when he fell in love with our excessively loud neighbour, Emily. Not only was this amazing that he literally fell in love with the girl next door, but he also found a woman who was perhaps more nerdy than himself. I mean, you walk into Emily's family house and into the lounge room, and 1,000 Lord of the Rings figurines greet you. I mean, it's very possible they may have had more Lord of the Rings figurines in their lounge room than there were actors in the Lord of the Rings movies. They fell in love so quickly, it was disgusting. I swore to myself, and I can't be the only one, that they were both one "I love you baby so much" Facebook status away from a permanent block. And I mean that. It was truly disgusting. And anyone here that has them on Facebook can vouch for me. Can I get a hands for who was sick of that? Thank you. It was just gross. Eventually, Josh and Emily turned my family home into their family home. A place so unbelievably nerdy, 15-year-old Josh would take one look at it and say, "This has gone too far." A place filled with so much breakable, nerdy memorabilia, 15-year-old Emily would take one look and say, "Well, this just looks like my lounge room." A place filled with so many video games, Lego sets, posters, children, and literal empty boxes of nerdy stuff touching the ceiling. A hoarder would take one look and say, "This is messed up." But the beautiful thing is they both love it, and they love each other and the family that they've created together. Wow, I just realised this is the longest I've ever spoken without Emily interrupting me. This is just... Sorry, it's a weird feeling. I mean, I feel all hot in the face. It's quite strange. Okay, in saying that, I want everyone to join me. Where's my drink? Thank you. Join me in raising a glass to the two grossest people that have fallen in love so quickly, and to the two nerdiest people I've ever met. It was quick, and it was, yeah. Join your hands in raising a glass to the two nerdiest people I've ever met. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now, sadly, Emma's father, Barry, can't be here with us today. And I'm sure Barry is watching you from somewhere today and couldn't be happier and prouder of both of you on this day. Now, to speak in Barry's place today is his sister, Liz.
Firstly, I would like to welcome Sandy and Gary, Josh's relations and friends who have come today to help celebrate the wedding of Emily and Josh. I would like to thank everyone who's given their time organising and assisting Emily and Josh in preparations to make this wedding and reception a most memorable one. Emily, you are the picture of a very beautiful and radiant bride. I still remember the day when your mother and father asked me to be your godmother. When you came to me and asked if I would do the father of the bride speech at your wedding, I had so many mixed emotions and thoughts, but felt very proud and honoured to fulfil this task. Ever since Emily was young, friends and strangers would say to me, "What a beautiful daughter you have." My reply was always the same: "She is not my daughter, and yes, she is very beautiful." I have always and will continue to class Emily as the daughter I never had. When Emily was younger, she would always come up and have stayovers during the school holidays. On one day, I couldn't find her anywhere and I was getting quite worried until I opened the door of my walk-in pantry. And there she was, planning what she was going to eat for the week. So if Emily ever comes and visits you and vanishes, just check your pantry. When my Gary passed away, Emily did what she does best. She quietly organised appointments, made phone calls and took care of me. She did all this while heavily conditioned. Private joke. While she was heavily pregnant and still grieving the loss of her dad. Her strength, courage and love never faltered, and it is a true testament to her. Emily, even though you cannot tie a bow to save yourself, you're a beautiful, caring and a loving mum. You are clever and artistic. You can cook up a storm in the kitchen. You put everyone else before yourself. You speak your mind and always tell the truth. You should be very proud of yourself, as I know your dad would be very proud of you today. You have such a beautiful soul, which I'm sure everyone here today would agree on. Congratulations, Emily and Josh, on this your wedding day. Live each day to the fullest as husband and wife, and always remember to be kind to each other. Now I would like to hand over to Emily's mum, Karen, to say just a few words and to be in charge of the toast.
Hi. Thank you very much all for coming and making it such a wonderful evening for Emily and Josh. One part of Emily's little life I want to share with you was the father and I were going to go to Melbourne, and Barry asked the girls what would they like to bring back from Melbourne, and Emily's response was, I want some Richmond turf. She didn't want anything else. She could have got anything, but she just wanted some Richmond turf. And the father said, I can do that. So we went to the Richmond Football Club, and fair enough, he bought the Richmond turf, brought it back, and when you looked at her face when he gave it to her, that her father got her the Richmond turf, I was very proud of her. I am so proud of you, and your father would have been really proud of you tonight. And you look gorgeous, and I love you very much. Thank you. Sorry. I'd like to welcome you, Josh, into our crazy family. We're loud, yes we are. Maybe you need a microphone too when you come to our family too, so you can have your say, but welcome to the family. And I'd like to please get you to raise your glasses and toast to Emily and Josh.
Emily and Josh.
Another round of applause for Liz and Karen. Loud and crazy, what an understatement. I live next to you. Alright, now speaking from Josh and I's side of the family, my mother. Some call her Sandra D, others call her the blonde bombshell. It's Sandra Neal, come on!
Basically, I had pages and pages of material for you, Emily. I had so much that I just, every time I read through it, I started crying. So I've just chosen to make it short and sweet. Josh is a basic man. He has basic needs, and they are Marvel, as long as you've got that in your heart, and DC, and Nintendo, and maybe a superhero for a wife. And she is a superhero because she can whip up a meal for 13 people just like that. She's incredible, and she's generous, and she has a heart of gold, and she's welcomed Phoebe and Dexter into the family. And I just want to welcome you on behalf of our family. Welcome, Emily.
Yeah.